It's about to catch him through like 6 different walls in the game. I guarantee you, the nerd levels of guys like Senya, like Zeus, Marco, like Starix, these guys will all remember the spam spots on this map. So it's about to get real, real dirty.
Senya is joining us. That's it's all around excitement now. He actually, I mean, he went on to do a lot, I know, in the CIS region, right? It's just that because I think he does it all in Russian, like most of us don't know outside, but yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, I just, you know, it's so crazy to me, because obviously Vendetta is just a human, you know, encyclopedia, basically, which is mental. If they didn't stop him, he could have kept talking about old, you know, 1.6. This is the thing, like, you could probably, if you ask Vendetta about games, he'll correct you and say, no, that wasn't a 1.6 game, Anders. That was like a, you know, that was a 1.3 game, actually. So, you know, you're just misremembering. So he could have kept doing that for a long time, I reckon. But isn't it crazy that a play like the one that Edward did on Tuscan, we still remember? Like, how is it possible for that to have been? And you know, for a bunch of us, especially the boomers, that's like a childhood memory. That's like, oh yeah, I remember. Like, it's just wild that Counter-Strike has had this impact. So
I've got one as well on this map, where Electronics running right now. The Sunman clutch, the shot heard around the world. We called it at the time.
Oh yeah.
When he, you know, that has a crazy story to it, where like his keyboard had like broken and his diffuse key wasn't actually working, so out of frustration he just got off the bomb and no scope through the wall, and it went through both walls in that back hall and killed the player, and then he got back on the diffuse and magically his keyboard started working again. So I don't know, there's so many epic plays. If you go back, you think of the trip clutch at ESWC on this map in the lower bomb site, at the inner bomb site, you know, a 1 versus 3 underneath the train. So man, there's so much history that goes into these maps, which is really cool. And you know, conveniently, all the demos have been deleted and wiped out. So all we have now is our faded old man memories.
Yeah, that's a real crime, isn't it? You know, that would be the only thing that could make 2020 good, is if someone found that hard drive, like, you know, someone bought it at like a flea market and they were like, oh, what's on this hard drive? And it was like, oh, it's all the Godfrag demos. that would be something. No, I you know, there's just so much. You know, there's still, I think, burnt into my mind whenever I think about this map. Like a couple of things that I really like, that really sort of come to mind. I mean, one of them is watching Forest on the ladders on this map. Was truly just beautiful artwork. Like, that's kind of been lost in Global Offensive to some extent, I think. Kogu as well. Kogu orbing on train was one of the things I remember I watched. I was like, this guy is so good. I want to watch it. And then, you know, no doubt as well, you know, Mark Love with the orb on this one. And the orb in itself, I mean, the analysts touched on it, right? But that was one of the things that they were highlighting, is just how different that weapon works in this game. That's going to be fun to see.
How much do you think the skill of the player, the Navi 2020 roster, is actually going to convert over? You know, I mean, considering simple electronic, even Flamey, some of these guys have some of like the craziest mechanical skill that we've seen. Like, yeah, they're going to get caught off guard by the spam, by the nades, by the way the flashbangs work, so many different aspects of 1.6, but in just pure shooting, you think they're going to be okay?
I don't know. It's a really good question. I expect it's going to feel really different. I think it might take like you know, at least a couple of rounds, maybe like a half, to really feel that adjustment. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a lead time before they start to catch up. And again, if they don't buy bullets, it's only going to matter, is it? So.
I am actually unreasonably excited to see somebody screw up in that manner. That's going to be so funny.
Yeah, you want that to happen, don't you? I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, even just, I guess, just navigating.
Well, even the maps, the way the maps are laid out and the way clutches are played, right? Especially with spams being so good, man, you're gonna see, you have to be a lot more peaky in 1.6, so you're not just sitting in a corner getting spammed. And I don't know if the CS:GO players are gonna be up to it.
We're gonna find out hopefully sooner rather than later. Yeah. Shout out to all of you guys in the Twitch chat as well. We can read what you guys are saying, although there is a bit of a delay. So, you know, if we respond to anything, it's going to be a while later, just so that you are well aware.
Yeah, and just so you're aware as well, there is obviously some tech issues with Perfecto joining the server, but they're working on it right now. So that's what the delay is. Don't worry. It's not Anders and I demanding in our contract that we get 10 minutes to talk for no good reason.
No, but now that we have it, you know, we might as well enjoy it, right?
Yeah, might as well take advantage. Well, listen, I mean, I made a little joke on an awful joke on Twitter, really. But you know, the old school style of, I mean, they mentioned the brightness of 1.6 and how you can change things. Just
Yeah.
I mean, remember like the controversy of using 16-bit smokes and 32-bit smokes and having to take screenshots on the map. You know, everyone, all 10 players meet in middle
Yeah.
and drop a bunch of smokes around you. Take a screenshot so everyone knows you're not, you know, using smoke sprites. All the classic ways, all the classic old school anti-cheats we had to go through.
That it was a different time, wasn't it? And at least towards the end, like in 1.6, right? There was like more of a, I'd say more of a standard, right, in terms of like what would be allowed on configs and server configs and all that. But I mean, if you go back earlier than that, like if you know you go to like 1.3 or something, it was the Wild West.
Oh, the configuring, yeah.
Yeah. People just having unreasonable advantages. You know, I'll say this. I mean, I still think there's a big difference between being LAN and online in Global Offensive. But in 1.6, like I remember the first LAN I ever went to and played, and I was like, oh god, the weapons work
different game.
differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is so different that I can't even really explain it. Like that in itself, I think is going to be, you know, like I don't know. I guess it's good that it's not that different anymore. I mean, obviously we still want to play on LAN and all the rest of it, but it was such a noticeable difference. So that's something that's luckily we have less configuring issues and all the rest of it. But
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, we're obviously not going to have those, and certainly that was cleaned up a little bit. But that's where the whole thing, where you know, especially now, we still have people being called onliners and everything like that. That's where the whole thing began. It wasn't really that you were an onliner; it's that you were a configure, and that meant that you just used all the crazy commands to make hitboxes like 4 times the size than they should be. So yeah, we've obviously gotten rid of that. It's a much cleaner game these days. I still do remember, however, the feeling of turning around a corner and then getting shot by someone and your body being pulled back into the open like 4 steps previously.
yeah,
That was depressing.
it wasn't a good feeling at all when people were interping. That was definitely not a good time. I mean, also worth of note, of course, the pistols in 1.6 is going to be way worse just overall.
Yes.
You might be used to those really powerful Glocks and USPs and all the rest of it. They're not going to do anything against rifles in this unless you
in fact,
really
I imagine.
well.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see the T-sides on Pisterons buying a couple of USPs, as was the old strategy. Deagles will still be coming out in some of the eco rounds as well. Economy is going to be much bigger punish. You're going to see a lot more full-blown saves here in 1.6.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think. Maybe we could get someone to reincarnate the TMP for a hot minute. That would be cool as well.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. Bring it all back.
Don't get enough of that. And I'm trying to think what else.
Well, I mean, this one's real old school. I can't think of anyone who still does it. I still do it because, as I mentioned to you earlier, I am sort of my brain just doesn't fully work. I still do the Deagle glitch, where you used to have the Deagle glitch, where the first magazine you shot with the Deagle was all inaccurate, so you had to shoot 1 bullet and reload the Deagle. I don't think we'll see anyone with that habit. Maybe one of the Senya or maybe Starix or something like that.
I mean, not for the same reason, but just another like fragment of history that's got stuck in my brain as well that I can't really unlearn, is just buying Deagle AWP, but not for the Deagle as a sidearm, but for the idea
quick
of using
switch.
The quick switch between using like that's just in my brain as well. It just like it even feels wrong if you say like, you know, say the next word that pops into your mind. If you say AWP, it's like AWP Deagle. It's like it just has to go together for some reason in my brain. So
yeah, there is something magical about that combination in 1.6. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, maybe it's the lack of animation on the quick switch that was so cool. I think it's honestly just K-Sharp having popularized that combo in the early days of Counter-Strike. I don't think you could ever get away from it.
yeah, I mean, again, I'm assuming, I'm just gonna assume everyone has been watching Frag or Die, but there is that clip in that from Dust 2 where he's like that like I remember that's where, you know, that's the thing we learned from Frag movies, right? So I remember seeing K-Sharp do that. I thought, my God, like what did he just do? And then, you know, you just want to go, you go practice, and that's how it worked out. So
I remember watching that game live. That K-Sharp versus IWA. That was the first match that Team 3D ever played. It was after they formed 3D after X3 got obliterated. That was their very first game.
And he was a little kid just playing.
Just young K-Sharp, not knowing he's going to be turned into a meme for going on 2 decades. One of the original Counter-Strike celebrities, him and Heaton and Pazzo, I guess.
It is a wild time, isn't it? Took a while before we got to see this version of Navi obviously come into the scene, but when they came in, right, like it was just an explosion. Like it was so wild that they just came out of nowhere, and boom.
And dominated. I mean, they had like
really dominated,
the first really incredible dominant year. This Navi, the old school Navi 2010 roster.
I'm seeing Boomich trying out the USP and not enjoying it.
Yeah, not liking what he sees.
He's like, where are these bullets going? How are they not doing anything else? Do we still have the HLTV scope, like the AWP scope problem? I don't know.
I would assume so, because I don't think that was ever fixed, right?
Yeah, so you might not be able to see when someone's scoping with the AWP, even though they are in their client, but it's possible that on HLTV it's not going to be showing the same thing. I could be wrong on that, but you know, it's worth thinking about.
Here's the real problem, Anders, is with the way the HUD is set up, we can't see ammunition, so we won't know if somebody forgets to buy. We'll just have to see if they're running around pulling the trigger and nothing coming out. So we'll just have to keep our eyes peeled for that.
Yeah, we'll try and do some math, try and call it. I mean, the whole spectating experience is going to be wildly different as well. We don't have all the fancy tools that we have in Global Offensive. You know, you have to sort of like swap around from one to the next. You can't just go from player 1 to player 7 in one button. So. Yeah,
I mean, it's actually wild to think. I don't know. This is going to be a good course of seeing how far we've come in all those regards as well. Just the lack of tools to actually spectate this version of Counter-Strike it's pretty crazy to think how many years we did without it. I don't know how we got by.
Yeah, it's a good question, isn't it? Like you would have thought that it would have been actually unwatchable, but people got by. You know, people managed it. So you know, maybe we've just become a little bit complacent. Although it is nice. I don't know. They obviously will never retroactively put it into 1.6, but it's fun when we have these matches that bring it back. We should do it more. It should be like a once a year kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. It'd be fun to get some of the old. I mean, because there's so many guys in the old guard that are still around. I know I wanted at one point to put together like an old North American show match with like the old 3D guys and maybe just like a hodgepodge group of like Pug team to go up against them in 1.6 and CS:GO. I think that would have been really fun. It would be cool to have it just like, you know, a special event. Kind of like the NHL, they do the Winter Classic where they play outdoors in outdoor skating rinks. It'd be fun.
Oh, so yeah, maybe do like a whole...
Make it a whole production, a whole thing.
A whole thing. Well, we've got some people that have been around on the production side, you know, since forever. Take someone like Alchemist or Scoots for that matter. So, you know, those guys, they still know. They still probably have all the old playbooks for how to run that. I'm sure they do.
Well, we've got yeah, or I mean, those guys are just nerds. We've got Perfecto inside the server now finally, and that means we're just waiting on Electronic to rejoin apparently, and then we'll get going. If you're in the chat, do not fear. This is supposed to start already. We've had a quick tech delay as the Zoomers are trying to figure out exactly how to open 1.6 and get that working. So we're just chilling for the moment.
Chillin'. Wait, who are you looking forward the most to watch from the old lineup? Let's say, who's your man to be spotting for?
Edward probably, if I'm honest.
Pistols for what?
Just in general, I always liked Edward as a player. I always thought he was really solid. And if it probably wasn't for Markelov being one of the best players, you know, during his career, I think Edward probably would have got a little bit more love sent his way. But I don't know. Yeah. I'm really excited to see Edward. I'm obviously. I mean, you can't not say Markelov on some extent, right? With the AWP, although I'm gonna leave that one, the Markelov fan clubbing, over to you. I know that's you've been looking forward to that since we signed on to do this event.
Yeah, that was a big thing for me for sure. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Markelov to come back and play Global Offensive again and become the best. You know?
Don't hold your breath, mate. Don't hold your breath too long.
Never giving that up. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. But obviously, it's such an interesting mix, because if you look at the time when they quit, you would think someone like Edward, but even Seuss went on to do amazing things, and so some of them have played for a while. Yeah, now we do have the knife round ready. So again, we do apologize for the delay, but you know, it's old tech. We'll get it back up and running. And here we are, Train coming up first in this best of 3 in Counter-Strike 1.6. It's Navi 2020 versus Navi 2010. What a great concept. So big welcome everyone And let's see who wins this 9th round. They can even figure it out.
Yeah, some of the changes, in case you never actually got a chance to watch, the 1.6 version, obviously you can crawl underneath the trains. That's going to be a huge thing. They touched on that at the desk. The positioning of the bomb train is way, way back. It's not out in the open in the middle of the outer yard as we normally see it in CSGO. Heaven has swapped sides. Heaven is now up against the opposite wall of where we see the the windows and the ladder in CSGO version as well. A lot of differences that we'll see. There's a flatbed train on the inner bomb site. I'm so jacked. I'm so excited for this. I didn't even watch the 9th round. I was so caught up in nostalgia.
Don't even worry about it. Oh yeah, head stabs. Vendetta reminding us that that's a thing as well. Yeah. Oh man, what a good time this is going to be. So yeah. It looks like it's going to be Navi 2020 on the CT side. So, this...
LO3, boys.
Yeah, here we go. And it should be, if everything is still as it was back in the day, right? It should be a fairly CT-sided map. Although I don't know if we can really count on that. But I look forward to finding out.
Yeah, let's not count on the sides being the same. But you're right. Back in the day, this was usually like a 12-3, 13-2, 11-4 half. Once you started getting 5 rounds on your T side, you were feeling pretty happy. So here we go. Pistol round is live. Navi 2010 on the CT side. The Zoomers on the CT side. The Boomers on attack.
Oh yeah. See, perfecto. Just a little bit of an engagement. He's going to try and fall back and play it very similarly. So just hanging around the train there. Not going to go too much. Looks like they are really staying away from Ivy. If I could tell on the minimap there, it looks like Flamey is the one who's actually checking that out and looking quite far forward. So it should be interesting. It looks like they're a little bit locked in right now, Navi 2010 here. All outside of the B bomb site.
They're not locked in, Anders. They're doing exactly what they wanted to do. Simple and Perfecto to defend that inner bomb site. Here comes the hit. They are streaming into the bomb train. Perfecto playing at the back of the flatbed. He goes down to the Glock of Zeus. And you've got Starix able to watch the flank as well. And this is all going so good. Clinical for the Boomers.
Yeah, they're actually doing a really fine job. 24 seconds left, and a bit of an awkward fight. It's a good shot for Boomich, though, and he'll get Senior as well. So suddenly, it's looking at a little bit more doable here. A 2-on-2 still on a bomb plant. It is an Navi matchup after all, so you could expect that the slot would land a little bit low here. I mean, you've got 2 Navi teams, one of them led by the original Ian Seuss, and trying to see if they can make that work. It's going to be the T side to win as Edward would pick up the kill. It is a pistol round after all, and I guess they did have the bomb down. It was just the countdown that was going on at the same time, so my mistake. That's a great way to get started, though.
Yeah, that's a fantastic way to get started. It's a classic, and obviously the peaks coming in as well. That's another thing we can talk about. The fakes to planting, right? There's not really a sound to signify when you start planting or defusing. So you got to be much more bold than when you're peeking during those situations.
Yeah, that even threw me off guard. I got faked out by it. Good start. Simple. Gonna win with the Deagle. Deagle is still a pretty good pistol in this. Like, don't underestimate it. I'd say pretty good. It's very good.
It was the Russians, I believe, that even started to prove that to everyone when full-blown ecos were coming in. Galils are solid as well. So is the FAMAS, as I believe we'll be seeing later on at some point during this game. The burst fire on the FAMAS is a thing of beauty.
Oh, you're right. I completely forgot about the FAMAS.
Yeah, don't forget about the FAMAS, baby.
And we got an MP5 in play on Senia, so there's, just a lot to look forward to. Some wild spray coming out. He's not really connecting with anyone just yet, and, they did lose Boomich early on here, so let's just see.
Ooh, up the ladder. That's pretty wild, but Starix is going to be able to recover. Nice kill with the Galil. One more is going to be coming. Eddie, oh, excuse me. I take it all back. Perfecto with a good little headshot. That was quick, but the outer bomb site appears to have been lost.
There's the bomb plant, so Susan Edward left for the 2010 team. Sue's going to pick up Simple, crouched down in that corner, just holding the angle. Again, staying crouched down like that, and, it's way more viable than normally. Let's see if they can find a way to actually close out the round. I think Navi 2020 are going to have a hard time retaking this. Don't really have anything, and again, the bomb is not even where they're used to at all. Good stuff for Perfecto. He took a while connecting to the server, but he made that work, and I think he's going to try and escape with a weapon, and there's really nothing else that he can do. Bomb will take down the last 2010 player, but otherwise, Yeah, 2 good rounds for them early on here.
Indeed. And man, I just even thought about it as well. These plants, as you mentioned, the bomb site's not where the 2020 roster obviously expects it to be. But when we eventually get to a point where that bomb is planted underneath the train, and again, I'll just go back to the spam. There's like these clutches can be played in such different ways in 1.6 because you can shoot through pretty much every wall in the game. So it could be interesting. I've seen some people in Twitch chat ask if you know, if the HLTV server is lagging, if the GoTV server is lagging. It's not. This is just what it looked like for 10 years.
Yeah, this
this is how Counter-Strike esports began, with this.
It indeed. Well, they're getting cleaned up right here, Jason. So I want to ask you, by the way, which uniform do you like more, the old school or the new one, Jason?
Oh, you know, I'm not really sure, Anders. That's a tough question.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot to go on. I reckon. I think I'm gonna have to go with the old school one. I think they should do like a throwback version kind of thing.
Okay.
Only thing you'd want on one of those are autographs, Jason. And actually, our wonderful sponsor in 1xBet has them. So 15 of them they're giving away over at the website. So go follow them on all the social media. Obviously, thanks a lot for them. You're sponsoring the whole thing. Use the hashtag #BetOnNavi, and then post a social media picture of you supporting them. Then you can go check that out and get a chance to win one of the shirts with the autographs on as well. Yeah, appreciate the sponsor, making it possible for sure. So go give them a little bit of love. And we're not missing. Oh, actually, we may be missing a little bit here. Electronic with a deagle kill. That's Flamey with an AK-47, taking down Markolov himself. It's going to be a bit of revenge here. The bomb is down, and they're again a little bit further away. They need to find that bomb right now.
Yeah, I think the bomb's already planted, so Senya's going to spray him down, and I think that's going to be it. No defuse is going to come in. Man, that sound is just so so quiet, Andrews.
It is quiet. It's really sneaky, isn't it? Do you think anyone would be so bold as to try and do the glitched bomb plant where you plant it inside like a half wall so it makes no sound?
I would love it. The one I can remember is the one on Dust 2 where you can plant an elevator. Man, well, I mean, it's a shame we're not playing Mill, we're playing Tuscan, but on Mill you could boost people up through the floor in the sewers into the A bomb site. Like, we don't have rules on that anymore. That would be an awesome thing to have happen.
Yeah, we don't even have admins that know about these glitches anymore, so you could really abuse it. It's great.
Well, this one has this map has the flashbang bug over towards Ivy, right? You can throw. Did they fix that towards the end? They might have fixed the train one.
I don't know if they did. Vendetta will know for sure. He'll say it in a second here.
Yeah. What a dweeb.
I know, he's... I don't know, I love it. I think it's amazing.
When he started talking about like 2009 and like an IRC like server going down, and that's what that was way too sweaty for me.
Yeah. I actually, to my horror, I actually still remember how to connect to IRC, like with the QuakeNet and the port numbers and all the rest of it. I was like, oh dear, why is this what I remembered? Like any calculus that I would have learned, I've just forgotten, but still know how ISD works. Great, thanks, brain.
Oh, here we go. Inner hit, perfecto, playing it way back. And this is where, very much playing it like it's 1.6. Simple's got the op, so fair play. That's going to do some work. Oh, and he gets out into the open. Another one. Nope, just barely missing. There it is. That's on to Zeus as he goes down, and the retake begins. And Simple, he's looking like a bit of a veteran even in this game. He's got all the lineups ready to go, and there's going to be the first round on the board for Navi 2010.
Yeah, even though the score is glitched up on top, as you could tell, it's got the numbers. Don't worry about it, guys. It's part of the experience, and the fact that the bomb as well looks like Play-Doh is also, part of the experience. So you got it all going on. Don't worry, guys. So yeah, it is actually 4-1 in the favor of the 2010 lineup at the moment. Don't get confused. Don't get it twisted. I'm excited for this. I think we're off to a hot start. There's Starix. He's actually a very cool guy. Obviously part of that legendary lineup, which is why he's playing here. But someone who does a lot of thinking about the game. I thought when someone suggested, oh, he's going to stop playing actively and become a coach, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what Starix is like thinking about the game. But I think that was a really good choice on his part.
Oh yeah, by the way, if we're spectating someone who gets flashbanged and blinded, we can't tell. It will not show up, it will not register as a flashbang. You're just gonna see them jumping around like little chickens with their head cut off. Oh, that's a CT. It's not as cool as I initially thought it was gonna be, but here we are, Senya, getting spammed. I think that was spam coming through. Either way, another nade coming in.
Yeah, it was.
That's a common old school defense. On the other side of that wall can be a defender that can just spam through with impunity down the length of Ivy, do a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, you really don't want to be in the wrong position there. Still got plenty of time. Oh, and look at Boomich. He's found himself up at the sniper spot, which, you know, not a thing anymore in the same way, at least. Electronic. Actually, will be Flamey to pick up the kill on Zeus there, and they still have a couple of people down here, I think hiding close by. Let's see if they're going to be able to do anything. They're running out of time slowly. This looks like a much better defense. Looks like the 2020 lineup has finally found a way to make this work.
Yeah, we have to remember, I mean, as well, this 2020 lineup has still been playing CSGO, obviously probably playing Valorant. They have been playing a lot of FPS games over the past, 3-5 years. Some of these 2010 players probably haven't been touching the games as much as they used to. More streaming, more coaching, more, just straight up not playing. So I think the muscle memory for shooting isn't quite going to be there for the boomers.
No, that would be weird, wouldn't it? Again, like I imagine 10, 15 rounds in, like first half down, you start to feel like, all right, I kind of get it. Like I'm starting to at least understand a little bit of what's going. On here, but still could be early days. Good round though from the CT side. We appreciate it. Oh, a little bit of a run in there at the brown holes. They're gonna start to make their way back. Grenade though, and there's no hiding behind any boxes. The damage goes right through, so you might as well just face it. 3-on-3 and a lot of damage on Tamakalov and Starix here, and Boomich is not even giving them a chance, just running right through. That is a high-powered round. Yeah,
that's very, very nice from Boomich. Someone should be teaching Perfecto the spam to ladder room from the inner bomb site. That'd be really cool if he could figure that one out. That was a huge tool to this map early on.
Classic, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun. It's gonna be a weird little trip for us as commentators and viewers seeing grenades that actually work. I think that'd be a special treat.
Yeah, and there's no X-ray as well on the spectator. People are confused about that. Like they're saying, turn X-ray on. There's no such thing, guys. We just, you have to try and look at the map, and you have to put in some work to watch this in a reasonable map,
Also, shout out to our observers who will have to deal with this for the next 3 maps, but you can't just switch players by pressing number keys the way you do in CSGO. You have to manually click through all the different players and cycle through both teams to get to the position you want to be in. Simple is starting to warm up with this op here in 1.6, which is cool to see.
Yeah, I think Perfecto had one as well, and he got a kill early on, so that's encouraging. I don't know, I think the bomb is down, and Senya hiding underneath. Oh, they're going to jump on top of him. That's great. But not going to be quite enough here. They're on the bomb defuse, and I think that means they're going to tie it all up. So, Jason, what do you think helps the guys play so well besides their skill?
I don't know. I think the secret to success is probably in their PC and their devices. Our partner 1xBet understands this as well. So the guys on their website have organized a contest of predictions where they're going to give away a really, really powerful gaming PC and a lot of gaming devices. So if you go to the 1xBet website, you can find out the details and you can try and take the main prize.
Appreciate that, Jason. I really do. See how this continues here in the 9th round. It's Electronic going down, but look at Flamey and Simple. Wide in the return. It's Simple with that AWP, and he's taking down Starix. I'm looking at Markolov, and I'm not seeing that counter AWP, and I'm going to file a letter of complaint soon. I'm going to need Markolov to pick that up. Oh, he's done a good job, though, getting the one kill. I think he could have had that one, but Zeus took it away from him. And just like that, the Boomers are back in a lead, at least in this round for now.
Look at these clunky grenades. They are the size of coconuts. Simple coming out of CTCon, and there's the little crouch boost to see over the box to see if you can gather information before committing. And all 3 players for Navi 2010 are on the backside of the bomb train. So the bomb is being planted now. It's just gone down. 35 seconds to find the defuse. And there's some low HP players, but now that they've infested all those backlines, the retake is going to be near impossible. And this is where your internal clock, remember I said it's a 35-second bomb timer, so it's going to have to be much faster than what Navi 2020 is used to.
Yeah, and they're gonna, again, I think it's planted underneath, right? So they're gonna have to like crouch slowly as they go in. Like, it just feels really awkward. Nice kill from Zeus, taking down Simple. And just like that, Perfecto in a 1 versus 2. And you could tell he's just so far away from the target. He's gonna make a run for it. Not even worth it. That's gonna be another round for the 2010 lineup. But again, the scores are reversed. But yeah, they're leading 1 round at the moment on the T side of Train. Back in the day, this would have been already, people would have been tearing their hair out. They would, how did they get 5 rounds on T side of Train? Madness.
Yeah, this is it's atrocious. If you use the standards of 2009, 10, 2005,
yeah. Something like that. It's a bygone age, really, in many ways.
Yep, older times. Nice kill from Zeus as Boomich gets aggressive. Trying to do the whole CSGO look upward. A little tag as they come out of the ladder room. Flamey's up top. He gets 1. Perfecto is able to find Edward as well. And Flamey can now just kind of relax up there. Tuck himself into the corner and stay alive. An odd fight down towards Pop Dog. And Flamey's taking some damage. And he'll eventually get the kill. Zeus could never finish him off.
How many people, you wonder, you know, have just heard the name Pop Dog and accepted that that is the name, but now they're seeing that logo of the dog out there for the first time. Not just
the logo, but doesn't it bark when you crawl under the train?
Oh, no.
When you crawl under that Pop Dog. So these maps used to have so many sound cues that would give you information as well. I think it's as soon as someone steps on top of a train, I think you hear lightning. Is it? Or is it? Yeah, I think it's lightning that strikes.
You go down by Ivy.
You hear the thunder.
Yeah, Ivy, there's a 747 or something flying over. You remember that, like, aircraft
when you
sound?
Cross a certain point out towards Ivy, if you crawl underneath the Pop Dog by ladder room, a dog actually barks in the background as well.
Because I was doing map editing, I actually went and looked for all the different triggers in the maps. Because you can open the maps in the map editor and you can see exactly where they happen. So I was really being a mega nerd on that front. Like, let's find out exactly where we have to step to trigger this thing. They're back on pistols, except for Simple, who has an AWP, as far as I can tell. My eyes deceive him. He does have one. Okay. Hero AWP in 1.6.
It's bold strategy, Anders. We'll see if it works out for him.
It is simple, but do the powers translate? Is it... You know, you do wonder about that, don't you? Like, what if Simple is also going to be good in 1.6? Like, that's just unreasonable, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that he would be. It's not like your skills completely go away. It's more, you know, used to the style and the mechanics of the weapons. That would be my biggest question. He's got a pick here onto Edward. Equally, Navi 2020 has lost Flamey. So the Zoomer's down a man as well. And here's your boy. I'll let you take this away, Anders. Markelov with the AWP.
He does have one, and he's being boosted, I believe. Oh, actually, Senia going down. That was a nice kill for Boomich. Now things are getting a little bit tricky here. They're actually a man down. Electronic gets dropped by Starix, though, and look at Zeus. He's just sneaking around back here. All the attention is out on the yard right now, so he managed to get all the way back here, and he's found his kill. That's Simple with the AWP gone, and oh, look at that. Zeus, what a nice follow-up with the AK-47, and now it's just all down to Perfecto. He's trying to see if he can hunt down Markelov. He's got that AWP somewhere behind that train, just trying to stay hidden, but I think they got him pinned down by the E-box, and they're doing their best to try and find him. He has really no way out, and now they're coming up on the high ground as well. There's the find. Zeus with the triple. Great round out of him.
Man, your boy dropped that AWP so quick, Anders, in that little 1v1 battle. He hit the eject button very, very quick. That can't bode well for your happiness today during these maps.
He's gotta pick it back up. He's like you know, that Lost Jedi in one of those newer movies, right? Like, you've gotta get back in training. Like, it's his destiny. Can't avoid it forever.
You didn't see the new Star Wars movies, did you?
I can't. I forgot. I did. Listen, I watched The Mandalorian and I loved it, Jason. So I'll give you that. It was good. Look at Markelov, though. There he is with the AWP, taking down Perfecto. It's Edward as well. He's finally going to get taken down by Simple. So that's a nice kill for Simple to have on top, shutting down Markelov. But that was still too much to handle. Zeus sneaking in on top. Isn't it wonderful how all of the proportions are just so weird in this as well? I mean, by
Yeah,
global
they're
offensive standards.
way bigger, which is cool. Obviously, the choke points. I mean, I don't know. It's just it's weird. It's weird having to get used to it again.
It is. I mean, I don't think about it anymore, but at the beginning when Global Offensive came out, like, it did feel very confined. I mean, some of the maps were even worse. I mean, Inferno, I think, had way narrower hallways at the beginning than it does in the current modern version of Global Offensive. Anyway, so there's that to think about. Still, we're looking at an 8-4 scoreline favoring the. Is the score correct now? I feel like it must.
It is. It is correct now. It was not correct earlier. It was throwing me off for a loop as well. But yeah, quite the run on the T side for the Boomers. There's Flamey with a good start. Deagle headshot onto Starix. And a missed opportunity for your boy to even things up.
Ooh. That's a pretty good flick, though. Boomich making it work. What version would we have to go back to, Jason, before you don't have the black outline around the scope?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think that had to have been like 1.4 or 1.3, I think. I think that came in 1.5.
Something like that, yeah. I'm sure, again, Vendetta will tell us in the chat in a second. But there was definitely a time when that was a thing.
Yeah, there certainly was. This has gotten into a crazy little position here. The Navi 2020 about to upend 2010. A nice round with the Deagles as Flamey got things started. He picked up an AK-47, but they're sitting at a 5-on-2 for the moment. And Senya and Markelov have no HP, so it's looking like 2020 is going to get up to 5 rounds in the half.
Yeah, and I just noticed Nick in the Twitch chat was saying better graphics than Valorant. You're goddamn right.
That's just unreasonable. But
that's
I'm on
a
board.
claim. Yeah,
on
that's
board.
You know, if you gotta be unreasonable, you might as well go the whole way. I appreciate it. So what are they doing here? Just waiting down the time. Don't want to give away the rifles. I guess fair play to them. You know, I think they were discussing this on the desk as well. They were saying, well, you know, are you going to be playing, you know, just for fun? Or like, how are you going to be playing this or to win? And I think right now we're seeing a fairly focused 2010 team at least. Look at the cleanup here at the end. They get everyone.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, I actually agreed entirely with Pimp. As someone who's played in multiple show matches, you always go in a good mood, ready to have some fun, ready to have a good time. And what generally happens is your opponents take the game way more seriously than you do to start, and then you get frustrated, then your competitiveness kicks in. And I imagine that's what's going to happen here with the Boomers wanting to relive their glory days. Markelov has that position towards Pop Dog again. Boomich the opening kill as Markelov holds and pins down any opposition defense that's up in heaven. There's nobody there. So it's time to creep on top of the train and get a deep peek down towards behind the bomb site. And again, just seeing absolutely nothing until just now. But he missed his chance. He capitalizes as Boomich comes back in.
Yeah, he tried to make that jump. He was thinking, you know, Markelov, he's going to be slow. He's not going to hit that shot, but he did. Good kill. And things are looking really good at them for them. It could be picking up a 9th round here, a 9-5 lead. If they can find the kill on Flamey right here. And even if not, I think they're going to be just fine. So this is actually shaping up really, really well. Edward's going to find him at the end. And yeah, 9-5 lead. They're almost at the finishing line here. Things have worked out incredibly well.
Yeah, this is going spectacularly. Senya 18-11, Edward 16-9, Zeus 14-9. So the old teammates Edward and Zeus showing off a little bit in 1.6.
Good to see. I mean, I was kind of worried about. I think in Go, obviously the 2020 team can be real powerful, but here, you know, you never knew what could happen. But it's actually turned out really well. Starix Edward picking up a couple of great kills here, and yeah, they're just down to Deagles. They're actually getting battered right now. They're getting beat up badly.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the final round of the half, so it's invest what you can. Deagles in a desperate situation, and Electronic is going to scoot up. Let's See what he can find as he pushes the upper ramp. Zeus is ready and waiting at the base of box halls, but they might not run into each other. The timing of when Zeus decides to peek. And so 2 players on the defense. At Pop Dog, there goes 1. The other is Flamey, and he's waiting, I believe. He's pushing currently towards the ladder room, but he gets stuck in a battle underneath the train. It's awkward, but he's found Markelov.
Yeah, a quick return there for Zeus picking up a kill on Flame. It'll get electronic as well. And you said it's almost time, Jason. Well, my prediction, Jason, is almost there. It looks like the gaming computer from our general sponsor, 1xBet, will go to me.
Wait. Why is that? Why is it like that?
Just read the next line, Jason.
I didn't even know that was a prop. The guys are giving the game computer and a lot of cool prizes on their website, so make your prediction for the match on the site 1xBet and take the main prize for yourselves. Yeah, head to their social medias and you can find the link to get involved in that prediction game for a chance to win a full-blown gaming PC.
Yeah, hashtag bet on Navi, by the way. But yes, I appreciate it. Thanks. That's a great first half. I'm sure Vendetta can remember all the games in which anyone ever got 10 rounds on the T side of train in 1.6. That didn't happen a lot. Like,
no.
That'd be game over. So you'd leave your PC. You'd be like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, it's almost like, do we even have to play the second half? Can we just move on to the next one in the series? What can we do there? So what is it? 9-6 in the favor of the Boomers.
Yeah, I believe so. Well, I'm trying to think of the HLTV scoreboard. I mean, it works for the score overall, but does it work for the individual kills? Could we see that? Because that's another thing, right? Like, normally we'd be in the game when we're casting it so that we can check, scores and stuff like that, but I haven't seen a scoreboard for a while, or maybe I just missed it.
It's shut up once in a while. Yeah, I mean, we saw earlier it was Senya leading the way. Edward and Zeus were kind of up there as well, just a few rounds back. I don't know, this will be the real test. Is Navi 2010 over on the T side now?
Yes, they are. And with such a powerful lead, you have to assume that they're going to be able to pull it through. Just need 6 rounds here, and especially if they could win the pistol, which, again, the pistols are worse, but someone's going to come up with it here. USP with no silencer on. I mean, even that's a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, you can put it on though. There's the option.
And
no one ever did it except when you're playing USP Ninjas, which is oddly enough also a phenomenal map. Edward with the opening kill. He's going to be up top, and he's got so much safety. He finds one more, and he can just remember he can delay up here. He doesn't necessarily have to fight. He's going to go for it anyways. Oh, he made the drop.
Yeah, he did. And
what a god! Drop down onto the ladder like Batman.
Well, he's the only one left, so he's going to have to try and save Gotham right here. It's a 1-on-2 for him. They're going to go hit the bomb down right now. Flamey's low on health. Edward, I think he's already got 2 kills in this round, and now he's on the site looking for the headshot. He's seen at least one player. That's going to be Flamey going down, and now Perfecto's up next. And look at the jump across here. He's trying to use those ladders as much as he can. Going to just get close to the bomb. All right, underneath it, it's Edward to pick it up. The Pistol Master is back.
What a great clutch from Edward. Yeah, and he's laughing it off as well. Known for his fine pistol work, and obviously a spectacular clutch here against Perfecto, who probably has never even watched a game of 1.6 in his life. But we'll take those. We'll take those all day long.
How would he have done that? Like, it would have to be like, an older brother of his or something that had like a VHS tape with like old 1.6, games that he'd recorded. Something
yeah,
like
that would have to be it. It'd be like that whole like
old grainy
lake thing where it's like, sit down, child, let me tell you a story.
Let me show you where we came from. Well, this is looking like a really, really good start. Markelov with the AWP to take down Boomich. Now opening on the CT side, actually missing a bit of a chance there. They're behind the E-box, so he's got to be a little bit careful. Seeing him missing at least another shot there, but the flicker, that looked like it was on him. It's going to be Flamey instead, back in style, 2 big kills.
Oh, there's Edward again, though. And there's that beautiful Famas back into action. Good headshot deep onto Flamey. Perfecto has found his way into CT connector Z-Halls, which might be a little bit difficult to deal with. He's got Edward in front, and another kill for him. It's just electronic, and he's got a Glock. That's it. And surely this is not a winning battle.
Just doesn't feel like it, does it? There's the win for the CT side, and things are shaping up incredibly well at the moment. Yeah, that FAMAS was him. I couldn't hear if it was the burst fire or not, so I want to know.
Yeah, I couldn't hear that either. Well, I mean, burst fire for the Glock or the FAMAS would have been great. Would have been fantastic.
How do we get that back? I mean, that's just become like a meme kind of thing whenever you do it now. I don't think anyone even does it for the memes with the FAMAS anymore.
It's not worth it for the memes. There's no redeeming quality in CS:GO for the burst fire FAMAS. Or Glock for that matter. Good opening kill from Zeus. Op shot to the brain of Electronic. Oh, and the response from the AK is brutal. But now both ops are here on the defensive side and they're doing work.
Markolov, that's a nice little run in there with the AWP. I do believe cancelling out his movement as well by just strafing once to the other side. That was, you know, also obviously important. That's like I guess that was like the first skill to learn in 1.6, wasn't it, when you had to do AWPing? Oh, another thing that people started doing this a little bit more, right? But if you had to take an angle with the AWP in 1.6, actually jumping into the angle to shoot was like a pretty reasonable strategy. Whereas if you do it in CS:GO for a long time, I mean, people started doing it a little bit more, especially run boosting and stuff like that, I guess. But you could actually jump into a fight in this version of Counter-Strike.
Did you ever, you know, Anders, you strike me as the kind of little rat that would use the use key method of stopping when you had to shoot. You remember that back in the day? When the use key would stop your momentum. So you'd hear people strafing, hit the use key, and then it would stop them immediately so they could shoot accurately. But you'd always hear the little click of the use key being activated to know that someone was the asshole.
Yeah. No, I don't think I ever perfected that. I think I've become more of an asshole over the years, Jason, so... Like if I could turn back time, I'm sure I would. But back then, I was probably trying to play more honorably, you know, just trying to. Yeah,
squeaky clean.
Yeah, this is what a 13-5 lead right now for the Boomers against the Zoomers. So.
And Senya's got a huge flank coming in. He's come all the way from T mid right up towards ladder. He's got two. He mows him down. It's going to be just a couple players, Perfecto and Flamey, on 3.
It's worked out so well. That flank was so worth it. 2 kills, shutting them down, and now I don't even know where they go at this point in time. Flamey and Perfecto messing around on the ladder now for a minute here. Let's go, Flamey. Jump down. You know you want to.
Nope, he wants to bait, waiting for Perfecto to lead the way. These are the angles with the trains that could be so difficult to deal with. That one as well, that's one of those spots where it's very dark also, so that goes to the brightness that Vendetta was talking in the pregame. If you don't have it turned up, there's no way you see Zeus. He's got such an advantage. And now Flamey can't get the shot off, and it's 14-5 here on train.
Gonna say that's where you need power strip, isn't it? Get that gamma all the way up there. It's so amazing that that used to be like a prerequisite for even playing some maps.
Yeah, really. I mean, I don't know. I still remember when, man, I'm way too old, but I still remember when, what is it called? Digital Vibrance was like the discovery of the day.
Oh, yeah.
To turn that up, and that revolutionized the way you could actually play 1.6.
It's crazy to imagine, isn't it? It's been just a hot minute. Here we go. Rushing out Ivy. Ooh, Senia, that was a swing and a spray, but didn't really connect. Boomich there to take him down instead. They are fighting for their lives right now on the 2020 side, and it's not looking that great. I mean, this round might be good. Markolov missing a chance, and Electronic won't have another one, so I think Simple with a couple of kills in this one too. That's the first time they're going to have a round here in the second half at all.
Well, they're still smiling, so that's a positive. They're still in a good mood. But yeah, first run on the board for that second half. They've got a long way to go, and I think this CT side is where the Boomers are going to look exceptionally strong. Just 2 rounds away from taking this first half of the show match. Flamey's going to lead his way out and promptly run right back in.
Yeah, just down to pit. A lot of deagles. I'm seeing 3 deagles in play there on the CT side, so they could do something. I don't know if they still have it in their hands. I don't know if it's quite like riding a bicycle, but there were some really, really good deagle players even back in 1.6, obviously. Senia gonna go down with the USP. Second map, by the way, obviously is gonna be Inferno. still on 1.6, so I look forward to that as well.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a thing of beauty as well. This is a little bit of a turkey shoot. Nothing really that the CTs can fight back with, so Flamey just staying at range and using that AK very well. Perfecto as well with the M4, dropping Markelov. Now Flamey's going to get a little bit closer. And there is just one player right behind the wall, but this is going to be a round for Navi 2020.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it here. The Eagles didn't really come through. See, Zeus has stolen an AWP and he's going to try and make his escape here. But again, this is where you know, go test those wall bangs. Simple. You can all those walls shoot right through. There's no problem. Just pretend they're not even there, and maybe you could find them.
They're looking. They're hunting. Zeus is trying to save this AWP. He's going to hear one coming from behind. Yeah, missed a shot, trying to survive a little bit longer. He needs to wait, and he's going to get out of danger, just barely. Nice job.
You know what I haven't seen yet? Maybe I haven't been paying enough attention, but I haven't. Oh, this Edward, is he 14-2? All right.
Yeah, in the second half, though. In the first half, I think he had something like 16 kills as well. It's 17 kills, so he's living the dream right now.
I need to see one of those really stylish headshot deaths where the head just tilts all the way back. Like that's something I'm missing.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get one of those. At the moment, Zeus, I don't think realizes fully that the inner bomb set has been lost or how close Perfecto is to turning the corner on him through that smoke. He might even be under the train. Starix is in a huge fight. There goes Zeus to Boomich, and Starix has to turn. He's got a second. A nice double kill, and the retake is on.
That was some good communication because they lost Zeus over there. So heads up play for Starix, so the Perfecto's going to be pushed up really far. And I don't know if they can retake this. Nice job on Perfecto. He's so solid here. Markelov with a kill, though. Still a 2-on-2, but they're running out of time already, and I think they've realized by now, yeah, that bomb timer is just not what they're used to. Senia will go down, and maybe somewhat needlessly. They'd already evacuated. Oh, the bomb will take them with. That's a lot more radius than in CSGO, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot more powerful at the short radius as well than they're used to. So yeah, they're thinking they're going to get away. Maybe also assuming they had a little bit more time due to that 35-second timer. But regardless, another good win for Navi 2020 as they're trying to claw back into this game. It's now 14-8 and a 3-round run for the Zoomers.
Senia goes down. It's another good start here. Things they're looking up right now. They just need 2 more rounds. You think that's should be easy. Oh, and a good kill. That's Markelov with that saved AWP. And also Zeus with the pistol. Starix to follow it up, taking down Flamey. Leaves Electronic and Simple left here, and suddenly it's turned. Oh dear, what's happened?
I don't know. It's put us in position, a perfect position for Simple to bust out some magic in 1.6. 1 versus 3 clutch. He's on top of the train. He's got the first. That's Markelov who jumped up into the air. And he's got the defense in an awkward position as well now. He has the whole map, and Edward is scrambling to get back to that inner bomb site to be able to hold off this play. But with that AWP, one mistake from Edward, and he can go down very quickly, and Simple still has not been spotted yet. 1 minute to work with in this 1 versus 2. And he's seen Edward. There's the shot, and there's the kill. And he's doing it in the older version as well.
Oh, wow. I thought maybe Edward would have tried to just wait until he went for the bomb plant there, but I guess he didn't even know where Simple was. Gonna throw up a smoke to try and buy a little bit more space as the bomb has been planted already. And Simple now hiding under the trains. That's an old school move that you know, maybe most people feel uncomfortable about today. You see on the other side, Starix sneaking through with the AK. He's got one chance here, Simple, and he's gonna get it, no problem. Yeah, this is I mean, it's wild to see. But I don't know how many people would have thought you would have seen Simple play 1.6 at all ever. Here we are.
Yeah, I just can't believe we just saw him win that 1 versus 3 clutch. That's not bad at all. Maybe a little bit rusty for Navi 2010. That was a save round as well. That was Markelov with an AWP, everyone else with pistol. So the fact they almost won it is pretty cool. But obviously sucks that they lose it out in the end. Nice job from Simple. And now a double op setup. Zeus and Markelov to have those in the CT set. M4s in hand for the other 3.
Nice pickup from Starix. He's been actually pretty solid here. Oh,
Stop.
we got that. Look at that zoom.
Flamey.
Look at that zoom. What is he doing? Why is he bought the gun at all?
This isn't like CSGO. It's not like this
No.
gun was hiddenly, like a hidden gem, like magic and nobody knew it. The gun is not great.
He's just exposed himself as an absolute zoomer, hasn't he?
And he got what he deserved, Anders, at the end of the day. Senya shutting down him and Simple. This will be round number 15 on the board for Navi 2010. There goes Electronic.
I hope one of them is going to try and buy like a 5.7 or something as well. Because that gun was trash in this 1.6.
What was it? It was the P228, the SIG P228. That pistol wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all.
It didn't work, I agree. But the 5.7 even sounded like a plastic gun, didn't it? Like the sound of it was just so weird. Couldn't take it seriously. Ooh, a little bit of action. It's going to be Edward though. Picking up Electronic is to try to make his way out. Edward cleaning up another kill. And this is looking a little bit good at the moment here. 3 on 3. Simple with the AWP though. You got to worry about that. He's taken down Markelov already.
1 versus 1 for the map. Oh wait, no, I'm on a completely different view. That's my bad. I looked at the Twitch stream. Perfecto in a 1 versus 2. Not yet. Stark's still alive with 3 HP. But we've got a chance to maybe make me feel less silly. And Senya just waiting at the top of the ladder. He's got a teammate outside as well, so Perfecto making noise, and I think Stark should have this. And I think that's going to be it, isn't it? 16 to 9 being the scoreline. So nice victory for the Boomers on Train.
Who would have thought? That is very cool, isn't it? Stark's actually kind of surprising me. Edward, I guess, you know, you mentioned him as being, you know, your guy to watch. I think that was a good pick right now. He's been doing real well in this first map. That was just Train. We've still got Inferno. We've still got Tuscan coming up. We've got a lot of Counter-Strike. Then
we got CSGO. Yeah, I was going to say we got 3 more maps in CSGO coming as well.
Absolutely. So, you know, don't go too far away. It's gonna be exciting. I don't know. This wasn't what I was expecting. It was cool to see Simple play with the AWP, but I might have been short selling a little bit the 1.6 boys. We do have more coming up, so don't worry about it. What do you think so far? How are you enjoying it?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. It took me a little bit to get used to the old ways to view 1.6. It was a little bit haggard there for a moment, but we got it done. I liked it. I thought it was great. I think Inferno's is going to be a little bit easier to swallow for the new guys, considering how different Train is. But either way, that's enough from us. We've done a lot of talking for that map. We're going to send it to the boys in the desk, Trace and Pimp and Vendetta. So take it away.
Зажимает, Галил 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Что он творит? Это Галил.
One chance. One dream. One match. One energy. One fight. One aim. One action. One hope. One expert.
I say Boomers, you say Navi 2010. Ready? No, I'm kidding. We're not doing all that. But they do pick up the first map, and that does say a little bit of a statement, a little bit of a testament as to how this is going to go thus far. Welcome back, everybody, to Boomers versus Zoomers. That's right, Navi of 2010 versus Navi of 2020, the current iteration of this lineup. Well, they have taken an L on the first map. Train 1.6 going in the way of the older gentleman, and we do find ourselves situated here at the analyst desk. Joining with me is Jacob and Halvor. We're ready to break this one down a little bit. Anything cool and quirky that we saw, Halvor?
I mean, the fact that Edward doesn't seem to have lost his death, that's pretty cool. He was kind of just miles ahead of anyone else on the server for the better part of it. And we even, you know, it's not Tuscan, but we did get to see a pistol ace from the man himself. So, yeah, he should have absolute full reason to be confident about his own abilities going forward.
Yeah, it did a good job. The USPH, you know, it had to happen. Of course, we talked about it so much. Tuscan coming into this, one of the most iconic moments in Counter-Strike history. And then roughly the train USPH wasn't as beautiful, it wasn't as quick, but he got it done at the end. And it's good to see him play at a high level. Simple did put up a little bit of a fight in the first half as well with the AWP. He looked like, at least in certain moments, like a player that actually could play the AWP in 1.6 as well. But I guess that's just, you know, natural talent when it comes to Counter-Strike, because he is, after all, the best player to ever touch CSGO.
So we just barely missed it, but we did catch that glimpse of Edward jumping out of heaven and trying to land onto the ladder of the train, and I think he hits it, obviously, because he goes on to win the clutch that round. Cool stuff and kind of nostalgic.
Absolutely, and I guess whatever worries we had about these old boys potentially not being as, you know, nimble with their movement, I guess we've got our answered, at least in the case of Edward. He doesn't really seem to have lost his step at all, and it does seem like also the new youngins have I guess wisened up to the I guess the concept of duck walking or duck jumping or whatever you want to call it, right? With the Russian hops, because we saw that a lot going around on the server. Maybe not to the same